What's going on, anybody? Thanks so much for joining tonight. My name is David. I'm the race control for the SCSRA. Tonight we're going to be going over what it's like and what I see during the race. Qualifying session's just starting up here, so you'll hear the background noise. You won't see anything on the for the race. I don't want to show that just in case anybody is watching. I don't want to give away any secrets that any of our guys are running. So let's kind of go over how we set up iRaceControl for the race. So first off, what we use, or what I use predominantly for our race control, is an app called iRaceControl. It's extremely handy. I love everything about it. There's been a lot of improvement since I had started using it about a year ago. And truly, it's if you do any kind of race control, this is the, in my opinion, best thing that you can use. Gives you a lot of information. It's extremely handy. So tonight we are running 45 laps at Canadian Tire. So it is a road course. There is a stage caution. So I'm going to show how to set up the stage caution for NASCAR races or for oval races. So first off, the connection, you always want to have it set as run. Obviously run turns it on and off. Main and support is basically, this is the main computer. You can have a separate window open with a browser. I've never used it. I always just turn the main on just because it's main. You don't have to change this at all. I know this is kind of small, especially if you're looking on a phone, but just kind of want to give you what's there. All right, so to set the stage, you want to go to settings and then go to sequencer. Yeah, sequencer, because they changed this. So you can actually set different stages, and like how many pace laps, that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool how that works now. And then just change it to stage yellow. So for our race, it's 45 laps and the stage is on lap 15. So you set this for the lap after because it's going to be the start of lap 15 or lap 16. So the 15 laps will be completed, not 14. Position is the position you want the caution to be thrown on. And you want to close the pits. So for our league anyways, this is dependent on your league. The close pits function is going to close the pits 2 laps prior to the stage caution being thrown. And then close pit position is when the start finish or the starter, the lead car passes the start finish line. Now, typically what we do is we leave the sequencer ignore yellow time to 2 seconds. What that does is when the caution is thrown is going to be 2 seconds after the leader crosses the start finish line. That allows the leader to get past the pace car on pit road, so that the field has to go all the way back around to catch the pace car. Now for this, we're going to set this at 0. Reason being is if it's set at 0, the caution will be thrown as soon as the leader crosses the start finish line. It will catch the pace car. If it doesn't do that, it wastes an entire lap around a road course. And every lap is going to be kind of precious. So I just realized that I didn't transition over to the off the screen. Sorry guys. So let's start that over. So settings and then sequencer. This is my first time doing this. This will get better as time goes. Here's the screen that I was looking at. So we go to stage yellow and set this to lap 16. Close the pit. Set that to 0. Click add. And stage lap 16, position 1, autos close pits is on lap 1. It will not show in this field until the race session starts. So you can see everyone right now is out on the track. They're qualifying right now. You have all of the timings for sectors, their last lap, best laps. NIW is not in world, so you can see who's not like blinking or if they tow out, things like that, and the type of vehicle they're driving. There's a lot more information that comes through when you're doing like stage racing, but we don't, not stage racing, when you're doing like different types of vehicles for road racing and stuff like that, but we don't do that, so I don't have that information. But yeah, so the sequencer field here will show once the stage goes from qualifying to race, it will show the race session here. So there's a lot of different functions in here. What we're going to be looking at or primarily look at during the race is going to be the race logs. So we're going to look for incidents, things like now that this being a road course, we don't throw yellows at all. iRacing does handle that. That may change in the future, but as of right now, there is no full course yellows, especially on road courses. So any X's or anything like that you're going to see come through are going to be just off track stuff like that, which is not stuff that we cover. There won't be any kind of stage or any full course yellows in this race. So normally what I'd be looking at is any kind of incidents that happen. And in our league, we do have what's called the own it system. So if you cause a wreck, you have to claim that wreck. There are penalties that are given out, like end of lines for the next restart, things like that. We have a whole Discord channel. If anybody's interested, drop it in the chat. I can invite you. You can take a look at the rule book and stuff like that. When it comes to the pace car, if you are throwing cautions, this is where you would do that. So you can deploy the pace car in the pace car, which means it would go green next time by. You can add a lap to the pacing or reduce a lap. Pit entry, you can open and close here. Race start and hold. I've never messed with these. Again, everything is kind of set for our league, so it's kind of, we go through as it goes. Penalties, clear all and auto clear. I've never used auto clear, so I don't know what that is or what it does. I'm imagining if anything gets any kind of penalties, it just auto clears everybody's penalties. It'd be kind of interesting to run for any kind of fun runs that we normally do. Clear all is obviously clear everyone's penalties. EOL wave around, you can do that kind of stuff. Now, here's the fun stuff, in my opinion. So let's say Michael Moultrie. He's currently fastest lap at a ridiculous pace. Cool. So you can actually clear individual penalties for each driver. You can give each driver an end of line, depending on any kind of rules that are broken or anything like that. You can give them a 0x, and you can disqualify them. You can do stop and go penalties, drive through penalties, anything like that. But giving them a 0x allows us to report on that function. So what I do is anytime that there's an accident, I write a small little report on it. It goes to our post-race review team as well. And they review the incident as well, make sure that everything was handled the way it should have been. Sometimes there are times when I can't make a call, and I do deviate back to our entire admin team to take a look at the incident and see if there should be any kind of post-race penalties. So I try to take care of it during the race, but if it's not clear to me and I can't call it right then I will just deviate back to the admin team to take care of that later. But this gives us a report whether the driver claimed the incident, things like that. So, and then there's a whole report that we print out or export to PDF afterwards that we kind of save all of our replays and our reports on. So super, there's a lot of options in here for class racing and stuff too. All these switches up here are in regards to the log. Everything that's going to see incidents on, pit on, lap on, flag on, not in world on. So I can turn this off and it won't show in the log. I like looking at it, so it's fine. Timing is going to be the timing window here, whether it's team name or driver, gap or interval. I leave it at interval to the driver in front of them. Looks like our qualifying session is just about to end here. We got a minute left. I do have something to say to everybody in the race. You will hear all of that. You won't hear any of the game chat or Discord chat, simply because not all of our drivers are PC or polite sometimes. So I try to keep this as safe as possible. So we're going to have to ignore some of that. So let me get to that real quick. Give me just a second. All right, so I'm on the race control channel now. Qualifying's over, so we can go to here. Gonna get a view of the race. All right, everyone, we've got a couple seconds left here in the qualifying session. We've got a 45 lap race tonight. Keep in mind, stage is going to be on lap 15, end of lap 15 going to 16. This will be handled a little bit differently today because I don't want to waste a lap on caution. So as soon as the leader crosses the start finish line, you will catch the pace car. So just keep in mind, everyone will be checking up going into turn 1. So just kind of be mindful of that. That way we don't waste a lap under caution. If you have any questions, again, I'm here. Let me know. I'll hop in your Discord. And for the Merles, the stages 15, 16, I'm not answering that again. So for our league as well, what I do is I will what we do is first off, I go to TV1, actually rear chase. What I'll do also is I'll watch the leader, make sure that they're starting on the green, and they're starting inside the restart zone. Now, again, because we don't have there's no cautions tonight, that's not gonna, besides the stage caution, that's not gonna be a big thing. But it's, you know, it is something there's present. So just kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at. We'll be doing this every week, so it's not like something that you won't see. But we can rewatch later on. I want to make sure I'm watching the fastest driver. Make sure the game is on. Drop in chat if there's any audio issue or anything. Again, this is my first stream for the league, so just let me know, okay? Also on restarts or starts, we want to make sure that no one's switching lanes before the start finish line. So the easiest way to do that is just watch the, hang on. Yep. Yes, instead of inverting like we've done the last 2 seasons, we're running one race, 45 laps. The stage will be at 15 to 16. Caution will be thrown then. Again, I will be jumping in and out of Discord channels and stuff. But what we do is for our, oh my lord, I hop into their channels and talk to them. Give me 1 second, guys. Where's that channel? It's on. What's up, Ryan? I know. I know, you did well, bud. Anything else, sir? You too, bud. Good luck. So what we do is I will hop down into their Discord channels. Every one of our teams has their own individual channels. So I'll hop down to their Discord and talk to them if they need to talk to iRaceControl for any reason. All right. Fixing to go green here. Yeah, again, just watching, making sure everyone's starting on time. On the initial start, we want to make sure no one changes lanes coming to the start finish line. Looks like we're clean. Evan Buccino on the inside of Wiles. And then for me personally, I just go to TV3 and I just kind of watch the race. I mean, there's not going to be a whole lot that we're going to watch today because it's not, looks like Rick and Eddie already had 1Xs. There is no way to see like what the X's are for, but you kind of get an understanding of what they are. The 1Xs are going to be off tracks. So that has happened to Eddie and Rick here. Charles already had a 1X as well. I've never actually turned this on before, the speed. I'm not a fan of that, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn that off. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do for this race. This is not all. There's not a whole lot to do. We're just gonna watch, and then see what happens. So, the cool thing is you can kind of see this map too, where all the races are on track. So, kind of fun. I also watch the Not in Worlds, this column too. I watch it just because I want to see if there's anybody that's having blinking issues or connection issues at all. If they're having really bad connection issues and they're racing someone, we have asked in the past for them to just be more cautious. If for whatever reason that driver doesn't see it or whatever, I just want them to be aware that they are blinking a lot, and not kind of tell them that in a private session, or I'll pop down their Discord and let them know. Or message them privately. You can send messages right here underneath the log right here as well. Oh, there goes Eddie. Nice save, Eddie. You see me looking around a lot. I do have a lot of monitors that I use. Yeah, so I'll just sit here and watch the rest of the race. Not a whole lot going on. Again, because it's a road course, there's not a whole lot I'm going to do anyways tonight. The stage, as you can see right here, is going to be on lap 16. Shows up when the race started. It's going to be by P1, and the auto close pits is going to be when the first place crosses the start-finish line. So we've got 13, 14 laps until that happens. It's going to be a kind of a long race tonight with 1.5 laps. Probably a good 60 minutes, roughly. And that corner's getting everybody tonight. I've seen these before where it's got furled black flag, which is like see, like Junior just blinked right here. You can see him. Eddie's not doing good with these off tracks tonight. Watch him for a minute. Oh, he's spun again. Eddie is a good oval racer. He's not a good road course racer. He also normally races in VR, but for some reason he had a computer issue and his VR no longer works on his old computer. So he's on monitors and hasn't used these in a long time. So he's just trying to make it through the race. Charles Balance went to Not in World again. He always has connection issues for some reason though. Alright, he's really being careful with the throttle now. So you can also like double click on, you can select drivers here in the log. So when you double click them, it does focus them in iRacing. You do have camera selection over here as well. So you can change channels around. I mean, you can control just about everything in iRacing from this app. So it's super useful. So when a driver does have an incident, like Eddie, for instance. Let's go back to Eddie. You can actually see their specific car log. So if you double click on that log, it'll show you, it'll go back to that incident. You can see he had an off track right there. And this one is lost control coming off the last corner. Locked him up, taps the wall. Okay. So yeah, it's really handy to have this as well. Let's go back to Michael Moultrie and go back to live. Something outputting at 30 frames per second. Wish it was doing more, but whatever. Something I'll look into and fix later. So Tyler Aspinall had another 2x. He's had, I don't know if this is first 2x. So again, we can double click here and see what happened. Loss of control. Which then the people behind him may have had like an off track. Good rejoining. Good. Eddie Morris had another 1x. This is a tough track, man. I ran a couple laps. Just kind of test out the track, and it's a rough one for sure. Provolt had a 1x right there, yep. But our leader up here, Michael Moultrie, Daniel Lau has put in a lot of time on this track. You see their sessions constantly, and they were running laps a lot. He's currently the race leader and has the fastest lap time of 1:23.991. So the map here is kind of cool because you can see kind of how far the field spreads out. Now, I know in oval racing, they don't have all of the tracks for oval racing. The community is pretty strong when it comes to iRaceControl, and they do actually, there are some contributors that do post the track maps. And, you know, iRacing itself does output a lot of data for them to collect. So that's awesome on their part to have all the telemetry that goes out for people to be able to make stuff like this. It makes our lives a lot easier when we're trying to do this kind of stuff. Make sure the volumes are okay over here. Again, if anybody's watching and there's any kind of audio issues or anything, just drop it in chat. Let me know. Rick Ward got a 1x, so off track for him. This is definitely one of those tracks where you have to race the track itself and not race the driver. If you just drive the track, let it go the way it's going to go. Blaze Richardson took a pit stop. He may have had too much damage. Well, no, he only had 1X's, so I don't know. Riley had 2 1Xs in that U-turn corner in turn 5. Yeah, let's just say like this, for instance. Blaze just went out of world. Wonder what happened. You may have just said screw it. But so this is the report function. Oh, you guys can't see this. Go. Oh, you can, this one. So an incident report, this is where we would type in loss of control, lap, whatever it is. Nothing to claim. And this is kind of where I would put in a note about the incident, and I'll show you the PDF report afterwards when the race is over, what happened. That's kind of what that looks like. Yeah, Blaze looks like he just said enough's enough. Junior and the problem with doing that is he just burned his rear tires. So now he's going to have no grip whatsoever. But so in a normal league race on our oval track, since that would have thrown a caution because he was backwards on the track, what will happen now, or what would happen is someone would have had to claim that incident in our league. So that would have been Riley. That definitely would have been it. Because he did make contact with Junior. So that caution would have been on him. So for the restart, he would have had an end of line in our league. So Rick Ward got a meatball flag. Wonder if he money shifted on his cockpit and see. Oh, he clipped the inside wall. Can I change this in the middle of this? Let's just keep increasing this until YouTube says no more. Provolt's having a lot of internet issues right now. Hey, Provi, just to let you know, you're blinking real bad there for a good 2.5 minutes. You're good now, though. No, Michael Provolt 95. That's just kind of things we watch just in case. We just want people to be aware so that they either are cautious around people or... okay, so as you see, you're closing pit entry. That means that the pit lane is now closed. So leader cross lap 13, so the caution will be coming out in 2 laps. Just checking some settings real quick, make sure this is going to throw on time. The caution should be thrown here in just a second. Where's he on track? Here. So a couple more turns, the caution should be thrown. Rick Ward got a black flag. That may be speeding on pits. I wish there was a iRacing did output like what the black flag was for, but they don't. What I'm gonna do just to make sure this gets thrown. Reminder, leader is catching the pace car coming out of turn 1. Checking up outside of turn 1. Looks like pace car's going pretty damn fast still. Checking up outside of 3, checking up outside of 3. Yeah, he was going pretty dang fast there. I'm surprised he wasn't drifting. Pace car's turn 5, the U-turn. Pace car's on the back stretch. Let's try to catch up if you are far enough back. So I did throw the caution as well, but if you look here in iRacing, the race is already under caution, so I couldn't have thrown it. So that worked out perfectly. So everyone's going to pit here anyways, except for, looks like Charles Balance. He doesn't pit until the next lap because he's a lap down. So he won't pit till next time by. And they're off. The cool thing too is now, since it does, so when we have EOLs and stuff, we get them with 1 to go on a caution. So actually that data is now imported into, it's now exported from iRacing. So iRaceControl can capture that as well. So the race log will show you what lap the caution comes out on. Blaze, right? So those are penalties we'll clear. He's gonna get it for, let's see here. He clears meatball flag. I know he spun on one of the laps. So you can see here that we just got the 1 to lap or 1 to green notification. So now they'll go double file. Like Devin Zimmerman picked up a spot from Devin Bacino. How long was his? 14.4 seconds. 14.1 seconds. Oh, Devin was on pit road. Bacino was on pit road. 2 seconds longer for some reason. Correction, 15, sir. I see you're at 15 now. So yeah, that's basically it. At this point, there's not really going to be a whole lot that happens. Going green next time by. And that's basically it. So again, we'll go to Moultrie's rear chase, make sure no one passes or switches lane. back this camera up a little bit. I got it. Thank you. They're on cold tires, so they'll just kind of chill and we'll go from there. Wasn't watching the restart. We also have a rule about pace speed. You have to maintain pace speed, which is in this race is 60 miles an hour. So it's a road course though, so sometimes on the turns you're going to go a little bit slower. There's not much you can do about that. There's also no restart zone, so they go on green. But it was clean start. Devin waited till after the line to switch lanes, so we're good to go. But other than that, man, that's really all I'm gonna do tonight. I'm just gonna watch the rest of the race and be done with it. As for tonight, that's pretty much where we're gonna end off tonight. Again, there's not really a whole lot that I'm gonna look at. Yeah, there's not really a whole much more I'm gonna look at. There's not gonna be any cautions or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this tonight. I appreciate anybody that wanted to stop by tonight. About an hour long here just to get through the first stage, so this one's going to be a long one. Do appreciate y'all coming by. Anybody that watched this later, comment, like, subscribe. We're going to do this every week, twice a week. Tuesday nights at 8:30 is our truck races. Wednesday night at 8:30 is our next gen races. We do one road course a year, and then we kind of mix it up. We have 10 regular season races and then a 5-race playoff championship. If you're interested in joining, let us know. Shoot me a message. I'll actually see if I can get the links updated in the description below. So you can hang out, join our Discord, see what everything's about. We are not recruiting currently. We're coming up to our championship, so we're not going to recruit anybody during this time. But we will be recruiting starting in roughly 6 weeks for our next season. So if you're interested, reach out to any of the admins. Devin Buccino is our owner. You can reach out to him in Discord, Facebook. Look for the SCSRA fan page or SCSRA Facebook page. Again, I'll get all the links updated in the description below. Eddie Morris, Sylvain Segoin, or myself, David Hartney. And we'll be happy to have that conversation with y'all. Again, thanks for joining. Y'all have a good rest of your night, and